Immigration Bureau chief says he's preparing for a possible return of Thaksin, who faces arrest. Ex-Prime Minister Thaksin says he wishes to return to be with his 7 grandchildren while describing his current exile in Dubai as akin to a larger prison just without walls. He claims he is ready to surrender to authorities. Thailand's Immigration Bureau Chief Police Lieutenant General Pakphum Thaksin, on Wednesday, told reporters that his officers were coordinating a response to the eventuality of the return of former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra to Thailand. Mr. Thaksin's daughter, Key Phu Thai leader, Ms. Pitongtarn Shinawatra, on the same day, told reporters that although her family was concerned at the prospect of her father's return on a personal basis, the decision was one he had to take alone. She confirmed that, at this time, he has not decided to postpone his intended return on July 26 next. Thaksin Shinawatra, Center, the former premier, according to his daughter Pitongtarn Shinawatra, on Wednesday, is still intent on returning to Thailand on July 26 as previously announced. On the same day, the Immigration Bureau Chief, Police Lieutenant General Pakphum Thaksin, INSET, told reporters that his police agency was coordinating a potential response to the former Prime Minister's return, which would see him arrested on foot of warrants. He said that while the arrest of Mr. Thaksin would be controversial, particularly on social media, his officers would strictly follow procedure. There are indications that the family of former Thai Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra is concerned about the possible impact of his planned return to Thailand at the end of next month, which is due to coincide with Mr. Thaksin's birthday on July 26. On Tuesday, his youngest daughter and Phu Thai Party Prime Ministerial nominee, Ms. Pitongtarn Shinawatra, gave an interview in which she acknowledged that her family was apprehensive while at the same time confirming that, as of now, her father still wants to return to the kingdom as planned. Thaksin faces up to 12 years in jail and certain arrest if he touches down in Bangkok at the end of July, but is reportedly still planning to travel. Mr. Thaksin fled Thailand in 2008, just weeks before a court handed down a prison sentence linked with a corruption case. Since then, he has been sentenced several times in absentia while also being acquitted in a number of trials as a defendant. Ex-minister rejects claim new prison regulations were designed to aid Thaksin's return to Thailand. The former premier is facing up to 12 years in prison and immediate arrest by police when he returns. Thaksin has recently said he is ready to surrender to Thailand's justice system. He told reporters that he was already in jail while living in exile in Dubai, except his current prison had no walls. He also indicated his return should occur in the lifetime of this current caretaker government led by Prime Minister Prachan Ocha. Return of ex-Prime Minister Thaksin may still leave Prit with a test even if he loses this Sunday's election. On Tuesday, Ms. Pitongtarn Oranging said that the matter was a personal one for her family and particularly her mother, Kaniang Pachaman Na Pambadra, who she said was, currently, the mainstay of her family in her father's absence. She said her concern, at this point, did not have a political dimension, although she acknowledged that her father remained an important political figure. Unging not influencing her father's decision, but she understands his thinking as talks take place within her family on a personal basis over concerns. She said that her family respected her father's wishes to return home, in particular his wish to be with his 7 grandchildren, the youngest of whom is Ms. Pitongtarn Shinawatra's son, who was born only weeks before the May 14 general election. Pitongtarn Shinawatra delivers a baby boy named Tyson as Phu Thai spirits are buoyed the new arrival. She indicated that talks were taking place within the family, but they had highlighted to their father that the decision was for him to make alone. She did underline that the inner family was worried about the situation and whether now was a suitable time for her father to return given the current political uncertainty, and that he was still a figure who impacted Thai politics. She insisted, however, that no decision to postpone Mr. Thaksin's return, as announced, had been taken. No, there is none yet. But that said, we have to look closely at what is happening. I am thinking here for myself, my father does not speak to me. Regarding the date he told me to announce, he still hasn't said that it will be postponed, she told reporters. Phu Thai Party's key leader is fully committed to Mr. Pita Limjaroenrat's Rat's quest to become Thailand's next prime minister in August after the election result. Concerning the ongoing efforts by Mr. Pita Limjaroenrat to form a new government, she reiterated her support for the embattled Move Forward leader. She would not speculate or comment on whether she would be a minister in any new government. Way cleared for PETA's election as PM, but seed sown for political conflict with the criminal probe under poll law. She also confirmed that she was still ready to act as a Pheu Thai nominee for the top job if such a situation should arise, but reaffirmed her support for Mr. PETA's candidacy for that role. She said she was giving her full support towards the objective at the moment. Immigration Bureau Chief says that former Prime Minister Thaksin will be the subject of an arrest warrant and that his officers will follow the correct procedures. At the same time, in Muang Thong Thani, outside Bangkok, the Immigration Bureau Chief, Police Lieutenant General Pak Phumphaphat Sajafin said that if Mr. Thaksin should decide to travel back and enter Thailand, then it would present his force with a challenge for which, it must be prepared. Police Lieutenant General Pak Phumphaphat said there was an obvious public interest in the matter and that his agency must coordinate with other government bodies and be ready. He said that Mr. Thaksin would be the subject of an arrest warrant which was bound to generate controversy when executed, particularly on social media. The police chief sidestepped questions about the political nature of Mr. Thaksin's predicament and said that his officers would strictly follow procedures laid down which everyone is aware of and should accept.